right, so now we're on to note card 107, where I want you to do an example of solving a linear quadratic system without using Desmos or your calculator. Okay, because if Desmos, you just type it in and the answer's there. Okay, that's nice and great. But what about assessments that you have where you don't have access to those things, like the SAT or the ACT? So I want to show you how to do these by hand. All right, so I am on my document camera, and we need to solve this by hand. And in Math 1, you learn substitution, and that's how we'll be doing this. We have y equals a quadratic and y equals a linear. So we can just set them equal to one another. Now we're trying to solve for x, and I have an x here and an x here. So I'm going to have to distribute this out. Remember, the definition of something squared is its time itself. So times itself, like this. And guys, I'm being very methodical. I'm not leaving anything out. Right here, I need to distribute. You're going to get it really quick at that. Get x squared plus 2x, which is plus 4x plus 4, still minus 6, still equal to 4x minus 2. Now I have a quadratic term that's not going to go away. Oh no. Okay, so we got to remember back to unit 1. Now, you would want to get it set equal to 0. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do the 4 minus 6. So I get minus 2 right there. All right, then I'm going to subtract 4x. Well, let's look. That goes away and that goes away. So the linear term goes away. And I have x squared minus 2 equals negative 2. And remember, we can solve this by taking square roots because the b term, the linear term, is gone. So add 2, we get x squared equals 0. Take the square root, plus or minus, x equals 0. So we have an x value of 0, of the intersection point. So I can go ahead and start the answer. I know it's 0 comma something. So how do I get the y value? Well, I go back up into one of the originals and plug 0 in for x. And I'm going to pick this one. So I get y equals 4 times 0 minus 2. So y equals negative 2. So going back down here to my ordered pair, my solution is 0, negative 2. All right, so I've gone in and I have added the image here of the work, and that's how we find the solution by hand. Now, I can go to Desmos and I can type this in and check myself. There's equation 1. And equation 2 is y equals 4x minus 2. And 0, 2. Oh, and we got to be careful with these. The intersection point is 0, negative 2. And if I'm not careful and don't zoom in enough, I will think, because it'll give me these points. Those aren't the intersection points. Those are the intercepts, x-intercepts. So you got to make sure you're looking at an intersection point to check yourself. And 0, negative 2 is absolutely the answer. Great job. Pause me, or this video is about to be over, but rewind me, whatever, and finish up your note card 107.